Romanowski in to stop Emmitt Smith, but a flag downfield. Tell you what, it's very humid. It has been all day. It's so humid, in fact, it's raining.
It just burst. I like wind chill better than humidity.
Offside, 96 defense lined up in the neutral zone. 5 yards, repeat first down.
Just watch. Here's Williams again, and this has nothing to do with the penalty, but just when he gets into the point that, you know, that he's had enough and he's going to use his toughness, and he's in a groove now that he's just darn near with one punch. He's just knocking guys out. I mean, he's knocking guys to their back, and then he's jumping on them and punching them and doing about everything you can to a defensive guy.
And his elbow's hurt. He's not 100%.
Yeah, and then you just kind of take a knee and have someone hose you down.
Michael Zordich is the Eagle player who's down. That looks like a cramp.
Yeah, well, you were talking about that humidity. And the humidity brings the sweat, then the sweat brings the dehydration. But sweat, Eric Williams there, when you weigh 330 pounds,
6'6", 6'7",
you're going to get a lot of sweat, and that rain coming down helps. I tell you, he did take control, Eric Williams.
He really did.
I've never seen too many efforts like that where a guy just said, okay, enough, we're playing a nice game here, and you want to do that, we'll make a fight and/or a wrestling match out of it.
That would be a cramp for Zordich. At the end of the game, John and I will select the Miller Lite player of the game, and right now, that's going to be a tough pick.
I don't know. I'm really impressed with the way Troy Aikman has hung in there today. You know, the way he started and had a slower start and then got things going and kind of kept them going. And he's taken some shots. He took some shots last week, and he's taken some shots today. And I'm sure that he's a guy that is very, very happy that the score is 21-7 now, because the thing that Troy Aikman hates is a wet football.
He really has difficulty throwing a wet ball. I don't know who doesn't, but he seems to have more trouble.
Well, it plays with his head. I think everyone
at least
does,
he thinks he does.
It bothers him more than anyone.
That's Emmitt Smith. Down to about the Eagle 20. Stopped by Romanowski and Jackson.
That's Michael Zordich. Has one of the worst cramps I've ever seen. They just can't get that thing to uncramp.
And that's the end of the third quarter with the score Dallas 21, Philadelphia 7. Fox NFL Sunday will continue after these messages from your local Fox station. Rain at Texas Stadium as the Cowboys lead the Eagles 21-7. One more quarter to play.
And when you weigh 340 pounds like Derek Kennard, you don't try and dodge it. You just walk right in it and let it hit you. And that probably feels about as good as
feels good.
Anything has today. He wants more. He's trying to drink it.
Have a drink of it. Irvin is out to the left. To Emmitt Smith. And Emmitt to about the 17, stopped by William Thomas.
You know, the Eagles are running an interesting defense there, Pat, and they've done it some today. They only have 3 defensive backs in there, 4 defensive linemen, 4 linebackers, and 3 defensive backs. They take Mark McMillan out. They figure they're going to run. They don't need any defensive backs in there, so they have an extra linebacker in there. So they're playing them in a 4-4-3.
Very unusual.
Yeah, it is unusual, and it would be easy to pass against or to spread out, and it's going to be tough to run against.
Galbraith in motion again. Emmitt Smith, the ball carrier again. Flag on the play. Penalty marker down. Smith got inside the 15 to about the 13. It's going to be holding.
Well, Troy Aikman has a special towel out there now to try and keep his hands dry. And he knows he doesn't want to throw it. Ernie Zampese knows he doesn't want to throw it because Troy Aikman has told him He hates to throw a wet ball.
61 offense.
Holding against Nate Newton. But he's in a position now where he's just about have to throw it.
See, and Britt Hager was the extra linebacker that goes in. As a matter of fact, Britt Hager is from Texas, and that's his wife right there. Watching this game, it's nice to come back home, but not to come back home and be down 21-7.
2nd and 17 for the Cowboys. Aikman again to Emmitt Smith. And William Thomas around the corner wraps up Emmitt Smith.
Well, that looks like something you do in a rodeo or something, the way William Thomas came around that corner. Watch him. He's down in a 3-point stance. He's not going to fool anyone. 2-8 blocks down. Kennard misses him. Kennard was going to trap him. Derek Kennard. He completely missed William Thomas. Whew, can't do that.
3rd and 19.
Now I think Aikman's going to have to throw this one, huh?
Yep. 3 wide receivers. The handoff is to Emmitt Smith. Smith out of bounds at the 20 by Michael Zordich, who must have gotten rid of those leg cramps that he had.
Now maybe the Eagles know that he's not going to throw it too. Watch him. I formation is going to be the lead to the right. He cuts back. Nate Newton makes a good block. Eric Allen misses a tackle. Little straight arm, and Gardner knocked into the wall. That guy saved him from something down there.
He still hit pretty hard.
Yeah, but he hit it feet first. I think if the guy hadn't have saved him, he would have hit it head first.
Bonio will try field goal from 38 yards. And it's good. And the Cowboys increase their lead to 24-7. The kickoff. Jeff Seidner is hit down by Bates.
Tell you, Bates may not be the fastest guy in the team, but if he's not the fastest guy in the team, how does he get to be the first guy down there all the time? The special teams is 90% just wanting to. Watch him. He just comes like he's shot out of a cannon there. And when he's shot out of a cannon, he's going for something. He looks like a whirling dervish.
That's as fast as he's going to go when he comes shot out of a cannon.
He's doing that with a broken wrist. I saw him the other night, and I said, how you doing? He said, oh, it's good. He said, I just got a broken wrist. That's all it's bothering me. He didn't have a tape or anything on it. No cast or nothing.
Here's Cunningham back to throw it. Gets it to Bavaro, who slides at about the 28-29. First down, Philadelphia. Slow getting up.
I saw Bill Bates in town the other night. He was giving a motivational speech, and I bet he's pretty good at that. But he was saying
motivation?
I bet
he is.
You see, he's wearing a cast there now. I mean, he has a broken left wrist, but the other night he was saying, I broke my wrist a little. And he was kind of rubbing it. And the only thing it does is foul up my golf game. But other than that, he doesn't even know he has a broken wrist.
Doesn't bother motivational speeches.
Or anything else.
Cunningham fires to Maurice Johnson. He's taken out of bounds by Larry Brown. Broderick Thompson, by the way, had to come out. Tom McHale has replaced him at right tackle for the Philadelphia offense.
Talking about other guys that have played well, I think Larry Brown and Kevin Smith had, because one of the big parts of this Philadelphia offense is Fred Barnett and Calvin Williams, and they've been pretty quiet today, and I think they've been excellent coverage against them.
Second down. Cunningham draw play. Garner. For 3 or 4, Russell Maryland brought him down.
Russell Maryland just makes plays, and anytime you run a draw in there, I think, remember that old guy that would stand in there and play the draw, the policeman, the old cop. I'll go, I'll rush, you stand there and play the cop. I think on this team, I think Russell Maryland's a cop, I think for the Eagles, I think the fridge is the top. You know, I'll take care of everything around the line of scrimmage.
You guys go ahead and rush, yeah. On third down, they're showing blitz. Cunningham fires, gets it to Walker, and gets enough for a first down. Brock Marion made the stop on Herschel Walker.
You know, Randall Cunningham is one of those hot and cold type quarterbacks. I mean, he can get real hot and put a lot of things together, and conversely, he can get cold and not put anything together. And so he had a good streak early, and then he had a cold streak, and now he's trying to get a hot streak.
He needs a hot streak. The rain has stopped, by the way.
Yeah.
He's just had a tough time against his good Cowboy team.
Pass complete to Joseph. Dixon Edwards there as soon as he caught the ball.
And that's the one thing that impresses you about this defense that, you know, Butch Davis has here is that they all run so well. I mean, if you look at the defensive linemen, the linebackers, the secondary, they all run. And then when they run, they get there and they tackle well, too.
Butch Davis is pretty impressive to talk to, too.
Yeah, I think there's a guy who's going to be a head coach in this time and not too distant future.
I think you're right. Cunningham throws low. Chad Hennings was right in his face. James Joseph, the intended receiver.
Rich Kotite still looking at that. The last real good play he came up with was that fake to Joseph and that throw to Herschel Walker for the touchdown.
Zeke Bratkowski alongside. I asked Zeke before the game, I was talking to him down on the field, how much longer you're going to continue to coach? And he said he talked to Bart Starr last week, and Bart said as long as you enjoy it, don't stop it.
I think that's just about true of anything.
Yep. Cunningham back to throw. Under pressure, flag on the play, and down he goes.
And again, it was Charles Haley because Cunningham looked at Haley. That's one thing a quarterback can't do is he can't see the pass rush. If he ever looks at the pass rush, then he takes the eyes off downfield. That time, he saw Haley coming from the left side and looked at him and brought the ball down. Watch, here's Haley. Now watch when Haley comes from that left side. Watch Cunningham right there. You see he sees him? Then he puts the ball down. Then he has to take off the minute he sees that. Now he starts to run. It's all over.
78 offense.
Tripping
penalty is declined.
Was the penalty called tripping. That's declined, and the Eagles will have to punt. Kevin Williams back deep. Cunningham over on the sideline. Brian Barker to punt it. That's a good kick. Williams going to let it bounce. Into the end zone. They'll bring it to the 20. Good effort. Cowboys take over zone 20, leading 24-7. 24-7. Cowboys over the Eagles. 8:59 left to play. Eric Williams had cramps in his thigh and lower leg.
And that was a two-man job to get that one out of there. I mean, he had about 4 hands working on that calf.
Aikman did to Lincoln Coleman. He and Tommy Agee are the two runners now, the two backs for the Cowboys. Byron Evans made the stop.
Now he's trying to walk it off because you cramp, you get a cramp, and then it'll go away. And then if you don't keep moving, the thing will come back on
right
you.
Back.
And sometimes you do keep moving, and the thing will come back on you.
It just won't go away. You're right. Larry Allen has taken his place, by the way. Him and Smith getting a rest.
Well, I mean, that humidity and the sweat and the dehydration causes those cramps.
Aikman. Nothing there. Just had to throw it away. Nobody could get loose. Tommy Agee was the nearest Cowboy, number 34. Eric Kennard has dropped a few, I would think, today.
Well, he dropped a few today. I mean, he didn't drop a few coming into today.
No.
But, I mean, we have some of the biggest guys in all of football. When you have Derek Kennard there, you have the refrigerator, you have Nate Newton, Eric Williams with cramp. I mean, we got some big guys out there in this football field.
Leon Lett's not going to just blow away either.